Okay, well done for having a go at today's 5 a day. Let's go through the questions, starting with question 1. And the first thing we can see is that we've got a couple of words to get right here. We need to know what perimeter means, and we need to know what a rectangle is and what its properties are. So if we start with the rectangle, what we know about a rectangle is that this side over here is also 8 centimeters, and here are also 3 centimeters. And perimeter is all the way around the shape, the distance around the outside. And we're going to get that just by walking around 8 plus 3 plus 8 plus 3, which is 22. And those of you who got a little bit frustrated yesterday by forgetting to put your units in, hopefully you've remembered today to add your units in. So these, of course, are 22 centimeters. Okay. Now, as yesterday, if we need to practice this a little bit more, then a century nugget to go and do is going to be 30.02. Okay. Okay, let's have a look at question 2. Now, the key exercise here is that we've got to collect our like terms together. And I'm going to help you here by writing our like terms in different colours. And I think this will make it a bit clearer to you what's going on here. So when we look at our red x's, we've got 4x, take away 2x, so that comes to 2x there. And if we look at our y's, we've got 3y plus another 5y, so we've got 2x plus 8y. Okay, so collecting like terms. And the nugget for us to go to here to practice collecting like terms, 17.04. Okay. Okay, now I suggested to you yesterday that we were going to be using the ratio table quite a bit. And so we are again today. So let's have a look at what goes on with our ratio table. We've got pounds and dollars, and we're told that £1 is $1.50. Okay, now you remember yesterday when we talked about the ratio table, one of the key tasks was to find what one of something was. Well, we already know what one of something is. So when we're left with this task here as to how many dollars is £4, we've got something relatively straightforward. We know that £1 is $1.50. So we are going to do 4 times 1.5, which is 6. Again, let's not forget our units. So these are dollars. And we can either write it as $6 or in currency format with 2 decimal places. What I wouldn't want to see here is currency with 1 decimal place. Okay. Now, just a reminder that the work on the ratio table is in nugget 16.01. Okay. If you want to have something specific to do with currencies, so some more practice with currencies, then maybe nugget 37.10 would be a good one to try. Okay. Okay, now here we are again, and apologies if you've watch the video for question 3, because I'm just going to go a little bit back over for those who have only come in for question 4. We're going to revisit yesterday's ratio table. And the information that we start with is that £1 is $1.50. And what we're asked to do here is to work out what $30 is. Now, there are a couple of ways to go at this point, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick very clearly to my principles about using the ratio table and looking to find out what one of something is. So I need to find out what $1 is. Now I know if $1.5 is 1, then $1 is going to be 1 divided by 1.5. And then if I want $30, I'm going to take this amount here and multiply it by 30. So what I'm after here is 1 divided by 1.5 times 30. 1 divided by 1.5 times 30 equals. Okay, so our answer is 20. Now, again, let's not forget our units. £20, or if we want to put it in currency format, to add 2 decimal places as well. Okay. And so our standard nugget for the ratio table is 1601. And if we're going to have some specific currency questions, then a good nugget to look at is 37.10. Okay, well, let's have a look at question 5. And we've got another word here, which is gradient. So we need to know what gradient is. Now, gradient is a measure of steepness. So what we're interested in is when we're going up a hill, we are interested in how far we have gone up compared to how far we have gone along. So gradient is up divided by along. So the further we go up, the steeper our slope is and the bigger the gradient. Okay. Now, the bit of maths that we are looking for here tends to get referred to as y equals mx plus c, which is a general formula for straight lines. And this value m is the gradient of the line. So in this instance, we can see that the gradient equals 2. Okay, now obviously gradient is a rather complicated topic, and I've put a little bit of it on the slide here, but in this question here, this is really looking for see whether we've understood this concept of y equals mx plus c, because if we have, we'll just be able to lift the gradient out as 2, and we'd also maybe have an idea as to what this minus 3 represents as well. Okay. Now, this isn't one of the more important topics for you to understand for your GCSE, but if you do, all well and good. And if you're interested, then a good nugget to go and look at is 23.13, which looks at gradients and y equals mx plus c. So I hope you've enjoyed today's 5 a day and that these videos have answered any questions that you have or directed you to Century to do some work there. If you've got any questions, please ask your maths teacher, and we look forward to having you back with us for tomorrow's 5 a day.